Hi guys, welcome to Talking Strongman. Today's guest is the Latvian ace strongman, just come back from World's Strongest Man, Aivars Šmaukstelis. It's a pleasure to have you on. How's things?
Hi, guys. Hi, good. I'm very good, Laurence.
I'm excited to talk to you. Yeah, really good, really good. I mean, you know, the world's in a crap place right now, but strongman's still going on, so I'm happy. Are you training hard right now?
Yes, it's right now it's a little bit harder to train because in Latvia I would say it's hard to say how tell to in without rude names, rude words. We have closed all gyms. We can't go in gyms, but I have a place where I can train. It's like garage, and there's all strongman equipment.
It's exactly the same over here, and I think if you're a professional athlete, you're entitled to train anyway, as long as you're abiding by the rules and staying safe. So for someone like yourself, you know, the top strongmen are all training. I think if people have access to, then they are. Otherwise, unfortunately, for some people right now, it's not possible at all. But
it is hard, yeah. But you know, sometimes if you need and you want it, you will still figure out something.
Sure.
Somehow.
Sure. Yeah, and that's the great thing I think with strongman is we can adapt. We can use awkward objects. It doesn't all have to be, you know, in the gym.
Yes, only gym equipment. We can just take a stone and lift stone from a field.
Just carry the wife around the garden or something like that.
Yeah. From first floor to fifth floor, down, up.
Excellent. Anyway, I if you've seen these shows, obviously I like to get a bit of a background on what got you into training. I mean, was strongman what you started doing, or did you just come into strongman accidentally? You know, tell us. I mean, what's strongman like in Latvia? Is it popular?
Right now, it's not so popular. It's I would say it's down because right now it's the situation with also with sponsorships and so on, and there is cities who wants to make, but there's not coming new athletes.
Okay.
Because right now I already talked with some from powerlifting. I myself start to do strongman by powerlifting, and talk with these guys, and they say no, it's too hard to train. Yeah. Powerlifting, you just need squat, bench press, deadlift. That's it. Maybe some extra events, this in a training gym you do. But for strongman, you need more than 30 events, and you need every event technique. And it's very hard, and lots of thought you need to put.
Having the equipment for strongman, it's a lot harder than just focusing on powerlifting. I love both. I know you've done both as well, but being able to prepare for a strongman show is a little bit more complicated than like you say with powerlifting. You know, it's the squat, it's the bench, it's the deadlift. In strongman, it could be anything. So
yes, you can't predict if you go in competition. Yeah. Okay, they can send you before 2 hours this event. Yeah. But it is possible also after you go to competition where you look, oh, it was like last year. I was going to competition, there send me 6 events. Yeah. Okay, list of events. I coming, I see, interesting. There's already different events on the place.
So when you get there, they change the events.
Yeah, they change. Yeah.
So did you were you inspired by any strongman from Latvia to start with? Was like I guess Raimons Begmanis. He was a huge.
It's Raimons Begmanis mostly. It's at first I was like, you know, I did this powerlifting. It was it's sub juniors, and then I started in juniors competing, and then coach asked me if I want to go to competition, look a strongman competition. I went, and there was competing Raimons Begmanis. And slowly, and that's how start.
That's brilliant. I used to love watching Raimons. He was brilliant. I remember, I think just before I got into strongman, I was watching him. I don't know if you've seen the 2004 World's Strongest Man contest.
I have seen in YouTube.
He does this like stupid haircut on his head.
Yeah,
just like a bowl.
Yeah.
But he was just crazy. But really strong as well. Came from weightlifting, I think, didn't he?
Yes, he was weightlifting. He was even in competing in the Olympic Games. I don't remember which. In one Olympic Games, he torn his shoulder or triceps, something also.
And then moved into strongman from that.
Yeah.
So There's not been a World's Strongest Man winner from Latvia yet, has there?
Yeah, it's not.
I think
soon. Martin Fleets, I would say, he's from Latvia, but he's representing
that's
USA.
fair.
It's a little bit different. But truly from Latvia, who is living and from Latvia, it's not only Raimons has his. He was third.
Yes.
Then was, I think, Raivis Vidis, but which he was place, I don't remember, is the best place for him.
Don't think he ever got on the podium.
But he was in finals. He was in finals, but I don't remember. Then was Agris Kazelniks. He didn't come. He's my coach right now, and he didn't get in final. Dainis was close, but also not. And then I'm who is after so long time in the finals.
That's really good. Agris is your coach. That's brilliant.
Yes.
I think I competed against him in one of my first World's Strongest Man contests.
It's possible,
yeah. I think 2008 maybe.
I think 2008. Yeah, it was him. 8 or 9.
Yeah, 8 or 9, definitely.
Yeah.
That's cool. I hope he's well. Anyway, send him my regards.
Yeah, I will send him tomorrow.
So what age were you when you started training then?
What? Sorry.
What age were you when you started lifting?
What age? I start in powerlifting. I start like in 16. Then I was competing for 2 years, and then I start competing in like at the Latvian strongman amateurs. But it was like, it's like some district in country we have so many smaller these cities, and there was like that city strongman competition. In 18 years I was first competition, but then was this crisis. I stopped competing, nothing I do, and then again.
So how long did you have off? Like you didn't train?
It was like 2-3 years.
Okay, and then you started to get really serious with it.
Yes.
Cool. So when was your first strongman competition?
First, it was in this small city, Beverin. It's not so far from my hometown. It was like there was how much frame farmers was like 50 kilos.
50 kilos.
Yeah, it was amateur, very, very low amateur level.
But that's amazing if you've come up from that kind of. I mean, I take it you didn't find it hard, or it was hard.
It was. I was 18 years old. My best powerlifting result was like with equipment. It was 300, I think. No, 290 squat.
Yeah.
Bench press was like almost 200, and the deadlift was also close to 300.
That's good numbers for an 18-year-old.
At that time, but it was with this deadlift suit and squat suit and straps, and that farmers didn't felt heavy, but some other felt it's heavy because I didn't know how to do log lift at all. I just came and.
I think when you don't have a clue how to do the strongman events, they can feel excruciatingly heavy. I think the technique has improved so much over the years. Yes. I remember watching some of the best guys at World's Strongest Man, and they were doing 70-kilo farmers walks over some steps and stuff like that. But obviously the sport has progressed and training has progressed. And
of course, but it's also sometimes it's very good to look how it was all the times when was Bill Kazmar competing, Marius Pudzinovskis competing, those power stairs, runnings, and so on.
I love watching it. It's brilliant. Just gotta go back. I think
it's more interesting, I would say. More interesting, like right now, because right now it's more like, okay, max deadlift, do it.
I agree with you. I think I don't know if that's the only reason. I mean, I'm sometimes, I don't know how you feel. Sometimes I think once I started competing, I wasn't as interested from a fan's point of view. Whereas the shows before I competed, I was just a fan. So I like watching those old shows a bit more. Yeah. I do think they were a bit more varied and interesting as well.
Yeah, it's also possible because you come and you don't think about nothing else. You just need to lift and that's it. Okay, you come, need to lift, need to do your best, and that's it. You don't think about how it will look and how other athletes, this audience will think about this.
No, definitely. You're just
If
there
it's even, if they see your ugliest face, it doesn't matter.
Well, tell me what Worlds was like this year, because obviously it was very different to any other year. No fans there.
Yeah.
You know, it was all behind closed doors. How was it for you to compete in? Did you like it? Would you have preferred fans there watching?
It was more interesting. It was different, I would say, because you usually come there cheering, people cheering, but you come, it's totally silence, nothing, and just hear whistle and start going. And when you are with these fans, you don't sing so much. You just hear as they're screaming and they motivate you more. But right now you start walking. For example, these farmers walk. You walk. It's a little bit start flipping. You more think about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when you've got people cheering you on, it helps you push that little bit harder.
Yeah.
I found it weird watching, especially like when it was indoors.
Yeah.
It was almost just like you're having a training session.
It felt like a training session, yeah.
Yeah, obviously you're there and it's a big competition, and so you've got that in the back of your mind. But it reminded me, I mean, I wasn't there obviously, but just watching on TV, it just seemed like, I think it really missed that kind of, live element or having people reacting to what you're doing.
Yeah, but for this year it was harder because it was this, because I understand it was different location, firstly, but it was this tropical storm, and they had to change everything and then inside.
It was like everything that wanted to go wrong was trying to go wrong this year, wasn't it?
This year was totally wrong.
But you seem to turn up in really good shape this year.
Yes, I would say it was better right now because I just found out 1 month before I'm coming.
Yeah.
And then I was just training and thinking, okay, how it will be, it will be. I will do my best and that's it. It wasn't so big pressure. Last year it was more bigger pressure. And last year I was competing with Martin Slīcis in group and Tom Stoltman, and I knew that okay, in stones against Tom, it can happen. It's possible to small mistake and something happens, but totally it's already it's almost not possible.
Especially when you know those guys are so good at that event. It's tough. How do you feel about that the stone event being like the decider?
This year it was about last year it was about last year I don't think it was. I think about the stone run need to a little bit think the organizers, because like I talk with Agris, with Dainis, and with also with Raymond Bergmans, you can be 5th place and you can be behind 2nd place half point.
Yeah.
It's very close and you can't do. Previous years was when it was all stone run. Okay, you can be 5th, but you can be in
you'll have a chance to get
finals.
Sure.
Right now it's nothing, only 2nd, 3rd. But you need also fight to get in 2nd, 3rd place.
Yeah.
So it's also you need to work out first 3 events, 4, and then you can. Okay, yes, now I am in.
Yeah.
And just 4 finals. It's harder because you need to be right now. Mostly in these first 4 events, you can't make mistake, and you need to be in very good shape for every event. They need to be good events for you.
Sure.
If you lose one event, you are last one, and you are done mostly.
I think in the heats this year, you were exceptionally good on the loading, weren't you? You're really fast on that.
Yes, and I had to run because I knew before loading, okay, there's dumbbells. About dumbbells, I knew if it would be single dumbbell, I could fight even with Brian, because in a single dumbbell, it's good for me. But I found out it's double dumbbells. So in yard,
they look
did
really
first time at all. Then I knew I need before dumbbells, I need as much as point as possible to secure my 3rd place, and then in stones will go up.
Yeah, that double dumbbell looked really difficult.
Yeah, It's maybe not real difficult. Right now, I came back from Latvia. I had this self-isolation 10 days, and then I go to start training again to gym. I did with 60 kilos dumbbells, 6 reps straight also.
I think
you already knew some technique. Right?
I was going to say to you, I think maybe if they did it next year, the guys would be a lot better. It's that
I think I would sure. It's 100% sure.
That's quite nice then when you do see those different events thrown in.
Yeah. No need. It was good. I would say it was good because it's something new. People don't know. Yeah. People haven't seen this. And that's how we need to make changes. So the show is getting more interesting for fans.
Oh yeah, definitely. Obviously, have you been to Worlds 3 times?
Yes.
3 times, and this is the first time in the final.
Yeah.
Cool. What was your favorite events in the final this year?
Final. Okay, about my mistake, I don't talk. It's forgot about you.
I'm gonna make you talk about it.
I would say it was cake toss.
Yeah,
cake toss. Yes, and log. I for sure I was surprised in log. I did good because I knew some other athletes better. But look, there was for Brian. I know Brian much more stronger in shoulders like me, but
why do you think some guys struggled with the log in the final?
Brian had problem to put in how much I understand in this handles to hold it because it was so small.
Was it small space? Was it?
Yeah, space. Jeff told I talked with Jeff while he was struggling. He said first was easy. He lifted straight. And then he lifted and put here and lose balance.
Yeah.
I think if he goes straight also, this where he was missed, then it would be also good in his first try.
Yeah. I know you had the storms and things on the first few days, but it looked very hot by the time the final started. And I know sometimes when it's just that clear blue sky, it can just throw your balance a little bit. And
it is very hard.
Yeah. Also, I think people don't realize as well, you've already competed for a number of days by that point.
Yeah.
So and
you are not out anymore 100%.
No, it's not like doing stuff in the gym when you're fresh and you can hit these, that's probably the maybe 4th day of competition.
It was 4th, 4 days in a row.
Yeah, and even though you don't do a huge amount each day, it starts to take its toll on your body.
Because you are waking in very early in morning and you are coming back in hotel like I had to go to competition place in 9 in morning leave from hotel and arrive in 9 in the evening.
So 12 hours of the day you're out. So it's a long time to just be out and about. I think people don't realize that when they're watching.
No, they don't know how it is. It's hard. You know by yourself, it's very hard.
It is, yeah. No, I think
especially sometimes when you are already ready for this event and they say, "Stop! No, camera is not ready," and you're standing like, "Oh, what can I do?"
That is so frustrating.
Agris told me he was in Malta, I think, in Italy, and there was squats for him. I think Malta or South Africa, I don't remember in where he had the squats. And Raymond Bergmans put straps for knees, and Agris coming, okay, ready to lift. And say, stop, camera is not ready. Wait some minutes. And he's standing, legs is with straps, and he can't move. Legs getting blue already.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah. So you are did the Champions League, did they have a final event last year? I guess they didn't.
No, they didn't. They will make this 2021.
Okay.
Final,
so you're still the current Champions League champion.
Yes.
2019.
19, yeah.
How many of the contests did you do that year?
I did in that final, Finland, Russia, Finland, Germany, I think. This final, totally 5 competitions.
Okay. And you ended up being the overall winner.
Yeah.
That's good because they have quite a lot of competitions, so you must have done well in all of those shows to end up winning.
Yes. They have a lot, but me and Dines, we changing. there in one competition. Then me going like that.
Are you still training? Do you train with Dennis at all?
Yes, we train. Right now he a little bit lighter trainings, and he don't train so hard, and less he comes to work. But,
do you think he's going to get back into competing?
He will, for sure. I think he will, because it's very hard to quit.
Yeah, as I know.
You are sitting one moment, you're thinking to stop, but then you start thinking, okay, maybe about these competitions, which place you take, it doesn't matter. But to meet your friends, you can talk, laugh, make it fun, and so on. That's most what you miss from these competitions.
I agree with you. Just the stories that you have with a lot of the guys, you do miss it. So Champions League then, is it still all about just having fun after the competition?
Yeah, the same. Nothing changed.
They compete hard and then they party hard as well.
Yeah, there's nothing changed.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you've qualified to do the World Ultimate Strongman shows this year.
Yes.
And we have the first one coming up in Bahrain at the end of February. How are you feeling about that?
I'm feeling good. I've started preparing for those competitions, putting a lot of hard work, so I could be good shape, because there's no qualification, and I don't know how many athletes, but how much I understand, it's like 18, 20 athletes.
I think, the World Ultimate Strongman, for people that don't know, they have a qualifying system now.
Yeah.
So they have like a pool of athletes, and then they invite the athletes, and then obviously
who comes not.
So some people are injured, some people have not signed a contract to compete. I think there'll be at least 12 to 14 guys probably competing.
Then it's better, because when I was thinking, when I see this list, they send all their athletes list, I thought, okay, 20 athletes, 5 events. Okay, no stupid mistakes. Stupid mistakes.
No, I think there'll be about 12 to 14 guys.
Yeah, then it's okay. Then it's good.
Yeah, and it should be. Unfortunately, some of the big names are still missing. I think Kiliashkovsky's.
Kiliashkovsky, I think he won't come, because last time we talked, he said he's not coming yet.
Yeah.
But I said it's better to make sure he's 100% healed, and then he comes out.
I totally agree. I think if he can get himself back to 100%, then we all know how good he is.
Yeah, then we know who will be.
we're all like, don't compete in this show. It's okay.
Yeah.
The rest
okay,
of
Mateusz, take 80%. So let us to be also very close to your result.
I think with the people that are doing the Ultimate Strongman in Bahrain, I think it's going to be a really close competition.
I think, yes, it's very, very close.
There's certainly
it will be very close and interesting. Some mistakes, something not prepared, something not rest. There is a very big what can change this result, because a lot of athletes are almost same level.
I totally agree. I think we're in a stage now with Strongman where we have so many great athletes, and it just depends on what events are at a show, who's in shape, who's injured.
Yeah.
All these factors can have a huge.
Yeah.
I really can't see any one person dominating every show right now.
Right now, I don't see. Also, in this competition, no.
Yeah.
If it would be Mateusz, then I would say yes.
I think of the competing guys, you'd probably say he's the best.
Yeah. For those events, deadlift, yes, deadlift he would be lower, but other events he would destroy.
Yeah, he's so good.
Dumbbell running, there's not possible who can beat him.
Yeah.
Okay, Alexei Novikov close also is very strong, but hard to say. I would say a little bit better. Still better is Mateusz.
Yeah, I would agree. I think if we were going to put 10 events in a competition, I think a fit Kiliashkovsky comes out on top.
Yes, for sure.
With 5 events though, with a deadlift in there, he's always got that 1 week link. So it does.
But still, this 1 week event where
he still does well.
He still wins or second place.
I know. Imagine if there wasn't a deadlift, everyone would be screwed.
Yes.
But you must be feeling good. You've been getting better all the time, and I like your attitude. You're one of these guys that to focus on your own progress. I think, watching you at Worlds, you had a really tough group at Worlds, to be fair. You had Brian Shaw, who's obviously one of the greatest strongmen of all time. Terry Hollands came in good shape.
Yes.
And that surprised me.
I would say Terry was the biggest surprise in this year.
But he looked great this year.
Yeah.
And I think, Nick Best wasn't in shape, but he's still got experience at World Strongest Man. So you had to be ready to fight and perform.
Yeah.
And you just watching you just look like you focus on what you have to do. I always admire that because it's something I try to do, because it's so you can hear people talking about everyone else.
Of course. But no, in that moment you need, when I go, I close. Don't think. Just, I know what I need to do. And that's it. I need to go till the end. I need to do this. That's it. Okay, sometimes not happening like I planned.
Sure. Yeah,
but still, I can do my best to do that.
Sometimes shit happens, but you've got to focus on doing the best.
Sometimes even you're thinking you did the best result, and then coming four other athletes, and they do better. And you're thinking, what the fuck? It wasn't normal. It was very good result. It would be won, but now in 5th place.
Yeah, I think sometimes I've done things in competition where I sit down. I think actually it was really good. Just the other guys were better. I think one year at Worlds we did I think it was 700 pounds or slightly even more on the squat, and I did 12 reps, and I think I placed 6th.
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself afterwards, was I just really shit? And then I was like, no, I wasn't shit. They were just really fucking good.
Yeah. Yes.
But it's the standard is so high that it's
and it's getting higher and higher.
Yeah.
It's incredible right now.
So is there any good young Latvians, or you said there's not really new guys coming into the sport?
It's not new guys. There is one guy with who I'm training also. He's 105 kilos. Okay. For bigger weights, he's too small. I would say he's too short for heavy weight. He's already 105. I could say he's 115. I think it looks like almost.
Yeah, I think the heavyweights. I mean, if you say that, look at Novikov. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but
it's not biggest. Yeah.
He does have big joints, though. He's not like skinny in the wrists or elbows. He's got solid big.
Yeah.
It is hard to kind of put that size on. It takes time.
It takes time a lot. Yeah. And I know Novikov's competing from 16 years. He was old, I think.
Novikov?
16 or 17 years.
Yeah.
I have competed before many years back with him also in some competitions.
No, I know he's been doing it for a long time, and I genuinely think the fact he couldn't compete so much last year was a good thing for him.
Yeah, he could relax.
Just train, get better. Yes. It's good. Anyway, what's your goals this year? With I guess you want to get back to World's Strongest Man.
For sure, it's World's Strongest Man. 100% goal is to get in the finals, I would say, and don't make stupid mistakes and try to get in top 6, top 5th place. That's my goal. Then Europe's also compete and show the best of what I can do and get also in top 6. In top 6, it would be good. And of course, other competition was
just want to win everything. Just get
do my best and show the best result what I can do in those competitions.
So you just love competing then?
Yes, I love competing, and I love to meet my friends and talk, like meet Mateusz, talk Alexei Novikov, talk, make fun about something like we had he was after medley when in the qualification. He came, no, not medley, but in Kektos, in finals. He came, I'm good. You said, what good? I was better than you. You were shit time. Slow, you were slow. He went, fuck these Latvians.
Do you enjoy the friendships that you have then, more than competing sometimes?
Yeah, it's more, sometimes it's more that's friendship to meet and talk with friends who you haven't met.
Do you think it's just because they're like-minded people? Whereas I don't know what it's like for you. When I'm at home, most of my normal friends, they don't really understand what we go through.
Yeah, they don't understand. Okay, I have friends also who's cheering, he's like training in gym, but they don't know how much we put in this so we can compete, how much we spend. This time takes from our family time. We can't spend so much with our families, with wives, with kids, with these trainings. If you are still working, you need to go to job and traveling, everything. It's very hard.
There's a question. Are you still working?
Yes, I'm still working.
So what do you do for a living?
I'm sales manager. I'm selling fences and industrial stuff, steel material like grating steps.
Okay. Yeah. It's difficult to get sponsors and stuff in Latvia.
In Latvia, it's if I want to be professional strongman, it's not possible. It's for sure, because no one interested in strongman. It's all my sponsors from Latvia. It's my friends. Through my friends, I get.
Yeah.
Right now, my director also sponsoring. He gives me vacations. I don't have free vacation. I can go to competition and I get vacation salary also.
Oh, that's cool. So they support you a little bit.
Yeah, that way.
So what advice would you give then to guys watching this, like youngsters that think they need sponsorship and they think they need everything straight away? What advice would you give them? Because you just seem like a cool, laid-back person that I always admire. That it's kind of my philosophy. You just got to focus on you, focus on getting better. But what advice would you give to these youngsters that want to get into it?
At first, when you start doing, don't stop. Don't quit when you first time don't lift or something. Maybe if you can ask some other athletes, guys, and you can write them, ask about technique, maybe something help. Because it's we are not so many. We need to help each other also with training and so on. Even if you don't have in your gym somebody who can tell you, you can text somebody who is competing in your country or your city, and he can help you.
I think a lot of people in the sport, they're very friendly as well. Most people are quite willing to help and offer advice.
The most important, yes, it's don't quit. If you don't know how to better ask advice, or even if you can't ask them, maybe you go competition place and after you meet, ask him, so sorry, maybe you can show me some tips and so on. It's nobody won't tell him. Just need to and do your best, train, don't make stupid mistakes, not try to get from 100 kilo squat to 300 squat in a half year or like that very fast.
There's a lot of people trying to do that.
But I would say it's the most stupid thing. You need to better take 3-4 years and you know you are safe, you will be without injuries and so on. If you will make like half year, it's very fast you get injuries.
There's always freaks of nature out there, like someone like a Hafthor Bjornsson that can come in and, he gets to a 300 kilo deadlift or squat very, very quickly. But it's very rare.
Still, look how long time he came. It's not like 2-3 years. It was like, I think, 8 years. How many years he was competing?
8 to 10 years, I think. I think 2011 was his first.
Yeah, it's 9 years now, 8 years.
So and that's a guy with just ridiculous genetics, and the willingness to do whatever it takes to be the best. His work rate is unbelievable. So I totally agree. Just focus on those little steps and improving. Ask advice, and like you say, don't quit when something goes bad. I've seen so many guys just quit. Once they get a small injury or they fail the lift or they do well in a competition. I'm sure. Well, I know both of us have probably had our ass kicked many times in competition.
Of course, and okay, you didn't lift. What happened? Nothing.
No.
Okay, after next week or after the next competition, you will lift that.
Yeah.
You need to train more. You need to think a little bit differently how to train that. If you want max log lift, then you need to figure out, okay, this time I do max close to maximum, then I do more lighter logs. Not like every training do max, and that's it, nothing else.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys doing that. It's all about bringing the best to competition. I like to kind of focus on building up towards either a PB or a competition, then backing off and building up again. And you know, I think that's a smarter way to do it. But Aivars, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. It's really interesting kind of listening to you. I think you've got a real likable character. You kind of come across really, really well. It's infectious. I'm looking forward to, I'll be over in Bahrain. So looking forward to seeing you.
Soon, then.
Yeah, definitely. Look after yourself. Okay. Train hard.
Look after and stay safe.
Thank you. Before I go, where can fans find you? Will the Instagram or anything like that?
Instagram, Facebook. In Instagram, Aivars Šmaukstelis without this hard name for you.
Šmaukstelis. There we go. Yeah, awesome. I will make sure the wife puts a link in below. Thank you again for coming on, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the chat with Aivars. Make sure you go and check him out. And best of luck with the rest of 2021.
Thanks for that, Laurence. Thanks.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
While you're here, guys, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my awesome strength content.